What is good, everyone? DB Zoom back at you with a brand new video. For today, guys, we will be conducting something I've never really done. It's a tier list, but of teams. I've done tier lists of characters before, but I've never done teams. So how I'm just going to conduct this is I'm going to go to my characters list. I'm going to show that specific tag and why they land in that specific tier, or I'm just going to go from worst to best. But I'm going to give a very brief explanation of why they're from worst to best, or why one team is better than the other. And this is all my opinion. So I'm actually also really curious to hear your guys' opinion too. So make sure to drop down a comment in the comment section below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright guys, so we have a list here courtesy of Gamepress. Shout out to the photo by Devil Takayaki. That's how you pronounce his name. So I'm really bad at pronunciation, but let's get right into it. We have 19 teams here, guys. I'm going to label them from 19 to 1, from worst to best, as quick as possible, with a certain description of why they land from worst to best and why some certain teams are better than the others and their benefits from, let's just say, pros and cons and stuff like that. So yeah, so let's just get right into it. We have 19 teams. We have Saiyan, Super Saiyan, God Ki, Fusion Warrior, Vegeta Family, Lineage of Evil, Future, Hybrid Saiyans, Sun Family, Frieza Saga, Regeneration, Ginyu Force, Frieza Force, Android Sagas, Sagas Warriors, which is basically from the movies, Female Warriors, Dragon Ball Saga, Saiyan Saga, and GT. Let's get right into it. Worst team here is Dragon Ball Saga. Reason being why. Very underwhelming, lackluster team. I mean, you have that level 7 Zenkai, or if you do have them Zenkai to level 7, but you do have that Zenkai Kid Goku, which is potentially one of the best units in the game. But other than that, this team is completely lackluster. No depth at all. It's pretty much a Bulma team, as you guys can see here. So we're gonna label this the 19th team, worst team here, which is the worst team. So yeah, so I'm just doing this raw footage for you guys, so I'm just looking at it as we go. So Dragon Ball Saga is the worst team here. Next, I would say next, you know what, if this Gold Tanks wasn't here, I would put Hybrids next on that list. But let's just go Ginyu Force, because they're a really good team, but they're still a team that is full of X units, but they're still a really good team. Just because they're I'm putting them number 18. I made a video on them, so obviously they're great. But yeah, so they're gonna be number 18s because they're falling. They came out around July. So I mean, they're X units. They're really phenomenal. Raccoon is tanky. He heals. Birder, if you get hit by a super, you're pretty much annihilated. Captain Ginyu locks you in. Very good equipment for them, actually, and as well as yeah, so I'm just putting them at 18 because they're full of X units, and there's a lot of other good teams here as we go through the list. So I would say Dragon Ball Saga and Ginyu Force. Next on the list for number 17, it gets kind of tricky, guys. It gets kind of tricky because I don't want to have to label any of these at all. So I'm gonna go Vegeta. You know what? I'm gonna take a step back. I'm gonna go Frieza Saga. Frieza Saga here. Yeah, definitely gonna go Frieza Saga. So Frieza Saga is still lackluster. I mean, they got some pretty solid units. You got the full power Frieza. You got the LF Goku here. You got the Nail. But other than that, there's not much diversity here. So Frieza Saga is definitely number 17. Yeah, they're definitely number 17 on the list. Very underwhelming in terms of depth. There's not much you can go with except for this top 3 row here. And yeah, that pretty much explains this team. I mean, there's not much explanation for this team, to be honest. Next on the list, I would say we can go back to let me think. I'm going raw with you guys as we speak. I don't want to accidentally miss. Let's just go Vegeta Family on this one. Number 16 Vegeta Family. They're a great team. I mean, they are a great team. Great card draw speed. I would probably even put Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on here, to be honest, instead of the Heat Dome Trunks, but Heat Dome Trunks is still pretty good. But this team, it's a great team. There's just not much Z ability power here. It's, you know, it's a really tough thing to do, guys, this team tier list, but let's just go right ahead and put Vegeta Family. I'm probably going to make this, and then after this, I'm probably going to look back and say, why did I place this team here? So, yeah, so Vegeta Family is definitely next on the list. So, alright, so let's just keep dissecting it. We have Super Saiyan. I'm going to put Super Saiyan after Vegeta family just because of this Bardock could be very critical. So Super Saiyan is definitely next here on this tier list just because there's not much here you can do. Super Vegeta's phenomenal. LF Goku's phenomenal. This X Broly is really good. This GT Kid Goku is also really good. But at some point, there's not much diversity here because you have to bring in that Bardock, and he can't really do too much damage unless he gets those criticals, and it's very relying on those criticals. So that's the only reason why I'm putting them next on the list, is because they rely too much on criticals and switch-ins and switch-outs and stuff like that. But nonetheless, they're still a really good team. Next on the list is androids. Androids? I feel like putting androids here. Let's go with androids next. Yeah, androids, they don't have that one unit. You get me? They don't have that one they have Android 21, I'm sorry. But they don't have that one unit where it's like, this unit comes in the game, like, let's just say, Kefla, and then just completely annihilates you. Or like, that one game-breaking changing units, like from Sagas from the Warriors, like this Gohan or Bojack. They don't have too many of that. I mean, this Android 13 is a very old UST unit, although he's still good. Free-to-play Android 21 is still good. Perfect Cell is still here, guys, and he's still going strong. So androids is still next on my list, just because, yeah, I mean, there's not much diversity. To be honest, you can even, yeah, I'm going to go androids on this one, guys. And like I said, I'm doing this completely raw for you guys, just straight up, as quick as possible. Just looking at the list, I didn't even think about this before I made the video. I like to just make my videos transparent and just kind of go with the flow. So androids is next on the list. Next would probably be, let's see, it gets kind of tricky. Saiyan Sagas would probably be next. I like Saiyan Sagas just because I like this Fiku, I like this Piccolo, and I like this Raditz. They could be very synchronized. Not really. You got the LF Goku as well, but to be honest, you can even replace this with one of the other ones I just put, like androids. But Saiyan Saga is definitely next on the list. There's not much depth here. It's just Saiyan Sagas, you get me? It's just like a very small saga. Although these two first units here, all three first units actually, they're very complementary, pretty good. But there's not much depth after Saiyan Saga, so there's not much you can bring in here. Next on the list is female warriors. I'm putting female warriors here because, once again, very outdated team. If Kefla didn't come in here as of recent, I would probably make this the worst team, one of the worst teams in the game. Female warriors, if you bring in Kefla and Android 21 and then fill it in with whatever else you want, really, with Ribrienne or free play Android 21, it could be a very, very good team. So this is what I'm going with. Female warriors. It's like I said, it's hard to pick this. It's hard to go about with this, just because, yeah, there's some really good teams out there. Next on the list is GT. I'm putting GT because they're really falling behind in terms of just, I don't know what they're missing, guys. I don't know what they're missing. Baby, he doesn't pack too much punch. What makes Baby good is his kit with regen, his main ability. That's what makes him Baby. So that's what makes him really good, is basically with regen. So yeah, that's the issue with Baby here on GT. And Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is really good. He has a really good blast damage, but he's just a glass cannon. He relies too much on blast, and you guys know how that goes when you rely too much on blast cards. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku is phenomenal. Other than that, Super Android 17 is kind of lackluster. Shenron, or Sen Shenron, I'm sorry, really solid unit, but lacking a little bit of power. And I like how he can survive a Rising Rush. And he's pretty much, there's not much you can bring with this team, to be honest. I mean, there's, yeah, so that's pretty much why I'm putting GT where I'm putting GT. I'm probably doing this list all wrong as we're going, but I'm just going with the flow. Did I mention hybrids? Because I'm going to mention hybrids right now. If I didn't, I'm just going to go right ahead and mention hybrids. Hybrids are really good just because they put, like I said, if this Gold Tanks didn't come out, this team would probably be one of the worst. I'm just putting hybrids here because of Gold Tanks and this Gohan here. And as well as this transforming Trunks is extremely underrated. So yeah, I'm putting hybrids right here. Oof, and I see Future next to it. It could go either or here, guys. Future is also not the best team right now. They're just very they don't have that much depth. If they didn't put LF Vegeta, the future tag, then this team would absolutely be one of the worst teams in the game. So, and you also got the Zenkai. I take Zenkai into consideration here. So you also got the Zenkai Goku Black here. So even if you got him at like level 3 Zenkai, he could be really good. So definitely future hybrids, and then future then hybrids. We'll go with that. Future then hybrids. And then next on the list we have, let me just think about this a little bit more. Not trying to make this video too lengthy, as you guys can see. I'm trying to get to the point here. So we covered all of these. Frieza Force. Okay, let's go into Frieza Force now, guys. So Frieza Force, it's a phenomenal team, but I'm putting them next on the list. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put them next on the list just because we have Lineage of Evil, which is very similar to this team. So we'll get to that. We'll get to Lineage of Evil. Don't worry about that. So Frieza Force, great team. Nothing really wrong here, to be honest. It's just, to be honest, you can even... No, it's just a great team. Yeah, this is just a great team. You got the full power Frieza. You got the LF Frieza. You got the Broly and Chilai, which is actually very underrated in my opinion. Very good toolkit for Dragon Balls. It pretty much just... You can farm two Rising Rushes pretty quick. And it holds off your opponent's Rising Rush for a good amount of time if the timer counts just kind of just prolongs and everything goes your way. And this Golden Frieza is actually really underrated as well. Very good. It's been almost 1 year since he's been out, and he's just... I've always been a huge fan of this Golden Frieza, the green one. So yeah, I mean, Frieza Force is going to be on here, guys. Next on the list is going to be... Now we got to start thinking a little bit. I'm going to put Sun Family. Sun Family is going to be next on the list, guys, just because now we start getting to the good teams, right? So Sun Family is going to be here. It's a phenomenal team, right? You got the Zenkai Kid Goku. You also got this Super Saiyan 4 Goku, which is super good all around, right? And then you got this Fiku, which is a very good support unit. You can even put in LF Goku if you'd like. We got the LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is underrated in my opinion. So you got him in there. You got the Kakarot Goku to buff all your guys' healths. And you got the Kaioken Goku here just to buff Sun Family with that great Z ability that he has. So I'm going to put God Key next just because I'm a real big fan of God Key here, guys. God Key, they're actually a really underrated team. I mean, LF Vegeta is great. They have really good synchronize. You can either go with this Rasengan Goku, I call him Rasengan Goku, the purple Goku, or the I would personally go with the purple Vegeta, the one that came out for the anniversary, just because he locks you in and he has amazing strike card and draw speed and stuff like that. And that you can literally TKO somebody if you get the color advantage on somebody like that. So and Rose, very good. He nullifies the color disadvantage. He's good overall. I think he deserves a little bit more credit. That blue Goku is extremely tanky, the one that came out for the anniversary. Still going strong. I'm a huge fan of his, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm going to leave. And then you also got Zenkai Beerus if you got him Zenkai'd. So if you got him Zenkai, this team could probably be one of the best teams in the game. But you know how it is with Zenkai, guys. It's really tough, especially when a Legends Limited unit has to get to 7 stars like Beerus. So yeah, so God Key is definitely next on my list. Next would probably be Saiyan. Saiyan is a really good team. It's pretty much like a Sun Family team, but with Bardock instead of the Fiku. So, and you got Shallot in there too. Oof. Yeah, so Saiyan's a really good team. Very top heavy team. If you guys have Saiyans, it's not that you got 2 free-to-play units here, guys. You got Shallot, which everybody has, and you got the Zenkai Goku, which is a free-to-play unit if you grind him enough. So. And then after that, you got Bardock, which obviously you have to pull. And Super Saiyan 4 Goku's been around for a cool minute, so I know a majority of you guys have pulled them there before. So Saiyans, they pack a punch. They really do. So I'm a huge fan of Saiyans. All right, next we have Saga Warriors. Saga Warriors is a phenomenal team, guys. I mean, they still, you know what? You got this Bojack here that can cover change. You got this yellow Gohan that obviously could lock you in, and he can do all that good stuff. You got this Red Janemba, which is really underrated, to be honest with you. You also got this Broly and Chilai, which you could replace with Zenkai Broly if you have him Zenkai'd. So this team here, no explanation really needed for this team, guys. I'm pretty sure everybody has fought a Saga Warriors team, a movies team. So Yeah, so I'll let you guys conduct that as it is. But yeah, Saga is definitely one of the best teams. So now we are down to a few teams left, which I think is Regeneration, Fusion Warriors. Let's see if we covered everything. I just want to make sure we covered everything here, guys. If I didn't cover everything, I'll probably edit out this video if I missed something, because I'm doing this completely just off the top of my head and kind of feeling things out. So we have Regeneration, we have Fusion Warrior, and we have Lineage of Evil. Okay, so these three teams could go either way. These three teams could fight any of these teams could be number one. Okay, so if I had to pick which goes where, this is so tough, guys. This is so tough. I'm going to put Fusion Warriors at 3, and I'll explain just why. Fusion Warriors could be number 1. Okay, let me start off with that. They could clearly be number 1 team, the best team. They're the most offensive team in the game. Kefla completely annihilates you. Her combo could be extended for the longest time. Her strike cards are deadly. Yellow Super Vegeta, transforming Super Vegeta, same thing. I mean, this team is by far the most offensive team in the whole game. I mean, they're just there to completely destroy you in a TKO type of fashion. So we got Kefla, we got Super Vegito, the transforming yellow one. We got Gold Tanks, which is really good as well. We got the LF Super Vegito. We got as well as we got the red free-to-play Vegito, which locks you in, which is a very, very good alternative for free-to-play players. And super tanky, by the way. Extremely tanky. Very good, very good. You can get him to 14 stars. And Blue Gogeta should be in here as well, because he's outdated, but he still packs up. I was fighting one of the Blue Gogetas, and he did so much damage to me. So very, very offensive team, guys. And like I said, this team could definitely be number 1. But I'm going to go on to the next team, which is Lineage of Evil, which is number 2. I'm not putting them number 1, and I'm putting them over Fusion Warriors. And here's why they're going to be number 2. They're over Fusion Warriors just because they combat Saiyans really well. And you got this... this team is just phenomenal. Like I said, this team could be number 1 as well. Okay, you got 4-Power Frieza, which could tank a Rising Rush, and he's really phenomenal as well. You got this Zenkai Cooler, which is potentially one of the best units in the game if Zenkai leveled enough. If his Zenkai is level 7, he's clearly one of the best units in the game. But you can say that about any Zenkai unit as well. But very good even at level 1. He's very optimal, gives criticals to his whole team, and you got this purple cooler as well. You can even replace LF Frieza for this, but I personally prefer purple cooler. He has a great kit all around. He can heal. I mean, I love this purple cooler, guys. He's gonna be around for a really long time. He can, he's really tanky as well. This team is just very tanky and offensive at the same time, if that makes any sense. And they're over Fusion Warriors because they combat Saiyans really well with this Golden Frieza as well. They're just really good against Saiyans, and they're not over Regeneration, which is number 1, because Zenkai Buu counters Zenkai Cooler, and I've ran into the situation because I use Regeneration all the time. So Regeneration is number 1, guys. You can make so many mistakes with Regeneration and not get punished for it. Okay, you can take so many hits, you can make so many mistakes with this team and still win the match, just because you have this baby here, which his main ability pretty much makes Zenkai Buu's main ability, which heals, unfair, because as you guys know, Zenkai Buu heals, and Baby has a main ability that amplifies his healing abilities by, I think, an absurd amount of health. So, and then we also have this Android 21, which buffs at 6 stars, which is Z tier. And I think all these characters are almost Z tier. I'm just laughing looking at this team because it's so good. So she has a phenomenal strike attack. She buffs health for regeneration at 6 stars. She's phenomenal, guys. I mean, one of the best units in the game as well. So, and then you got this Red Janimbo, which is really underrated. And you got LF Piccolo, which is super tanky, and he has one of the best special moves, arts cards in the game. Great main abilities. You can even replace that for Perfect Cell, which prolongs people's rising rushes. And Piccolo could cover change. Very defensive units. This team does not die. You can make so many mistakes with this team, and this is definitely one of the best teams in the game. Top 3 teams is Fusion Warrior, Lineage of Evil, and Regeneration. So I know I pretty much blurred out this whole video as quick as possible, guys. I had to just try to kind of conduct it just I don't even know how long my video has been going for. 19 minutes. It's been way too long. All right, guys. I'm gonna cut this off here. This is just my rundown for the team. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think is your guys' maybe top 3, top 5 teams in the game. But yeah, guys, make sure to leave a like and drop down a comment below. If you're new, make sure to sub to my channel because I try to give a lot of good info for you guys on daily videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.